So in the last class, we discussed about what is library automation and what is the need for automation and how libraries are functioning, how traditional libraries are functioning, were functioning manually, and why automation is required, and what are the areas of automation, and what are the different sections of library, right? So now we will move on to the next, with in continuation to that, we will move on to the next part of that topic: library automation, functional and system level requirements. What do you mean by that? So automation, as I told earlier, automation is nothing but you are automating the routine function, that is housekeeping operations of the library, using a computer or a machine, right? So for that you need a machine. Automation, for doing automation you need a machine, a computer in the sense here, okay? So that computer, you cannot just randomly bring any computer and do automation. The computer should have certain system hardware and software requirements. So that is what we are going to see. So what are the required software and hardware requirements for implementing library automation? So this what you say, this topic will be useful for you, because after completing your degree, when you are working as a librarian, if you want to implement automation, you have to refer to this particular slide only, particular area of presentation only. You will see if the configurations are available based on this, you can implement, or else you need to purchase according to it, and then you go for automation. Okay, so we will see what are the functional and system requirements for implementing library automation, right? So what are the steps involved in library automation? So first is software selection. Okay, then is hardware selection, site preparation, general training, customizing, defining procedures for bibliographical data entry, administrative data entry, financial data entry, commissioning. So you need to select the software, which software you are going to use for library automation. Let it be Koha, open source or commercial. You are going to purchase a software, or you are going to use the free version, free software like Koha. Hardware selection. So what is the hardware you are going to select for this library automation? Which computer you are going to use, whether the new computer with high configuration or the existing computer? So you have to decide. And site preparation, you have to develop a site for that. Customization, defining procedures, how do you customize it? Okay, how do you customize the data? So these are the things. So we will see all these steps one by one in the forthcoming slides. So these requirements can be classified into three major groups: system level, functional requirements, software level requirements. So we will see what these three level requirements are in detail. So first is system level requirements. The system level requirements includes hardware, network and storage, right? So hardware is essential, network is essential for connectivity, and software is for implementation. So these three components build the necessary infrastructure of implementing integrated library system. So this is the system infrastructure of integrated library library management system. See, the infrastructural requirements is very high for automated system. As I said earlier, the configuration of the system should be very high, right? Because you need to serve the users through WPAC. For serving the users through WPAC, to provide WPAC, you need to have a server IP address and a domain name, right? And if you are going for web WPAC, you need to host the domain name in the web. Okay, so the configuration should be high based on the parameters and based on the services you are going to use, and support distributed cataloging. Okay, distributed cataloging. So your catalog can be shared and distributed across different libraries, and taking advantages of cloud computing. Because you're storing the data in the web, in the cloud. So for these aspects, if you're going to implement these aspects, the configuration should be very high. So you should keep a proper aim for implementing library automation. So generally hardware requirements includes the server. You know what a server is, right? It is a central mainframe computer and a client. It's similar to local area network. A server will be in the last slide we saw a flow chart of what a server is and what clients are, right? So server is the place is a place where you will install the software, and the client is based on IP address or domain names. You can access the software. So client, in the client you need not to install it, right? In the client you need not to install it, they will already install in the server. Similarly, like Google, are we installing Google and using it? No, nah. Similarly, Mendeley WebStop, similarly there are many cloud providers. We are just typing the web address and we are using it, right? So server is where you install the software, in simple terms, where you install the software and you provide access to that software from the server based on the IP address of the server to the clients. Okay. Yeah, Google Drive. You can say Google Drive also, fine. Yeah. So that is Google Drive and everything is installed, located in Google server. Okay, but we are just typing the Gmail address and we are using it. We are not installing any Google product. We are using it online. Similarly, so the clients will be using it online. So no one will sit in the server system. Only the client system. Whatever you are using outside the, whatever you are providing system for WPAC, that will be the client. They will just type the IP address. You will just type the address and keep the WPAC open, right? So server, this is the concept of server and clients. Okay. Storage devices are required to store bibliographical data, and network is required to link a server with clients. That is true. Without internet connection, you cannot link anything, right? So there should be a network connection. That may be internet, intranet, or local area network, or wide area network, depending upon. If within the university means it will be a local area network. Okay, so what they will do, so within the university they will connect the network, and then the library system, then the library system, if you install the software and the IP address of that particular library system, when you type anywhere inside the university campus, you can search the WPAC. But web WPAC is not like that. It is outside. You are just hosting the same through a separate website and a domain. Okay, you are hosting it through a separate website via cloud services. So you can from the home also you can access. But in-house WPAC, without web version, you need to provide what do you say? Client. You need to provide a network to connect client and server. Okay. So these are that is the first one is system level. So now we are going to the functional level. Functional level is what are the functions performed by the library. So the first one is ordering and acquisition. So see, these many in ordering and acquisition, so these many functions are performed. So the library, you should ensure that the library management system, the software, whatever you are going to implement, should have these modules. These points are called modules, right? So it should have ordering function, receipting function. So after placing an order, you will get a receipt, right? So it should print receipt. It should have claiming function, vendor database management in the sense that you are purchasing books from certain vendors, a cereal from certain vendors, magazine from certain vendors. You need to keep a list of from whom you are purchasing. So that list is called database. Budgeting and accounting, how money you have spent for last year, how money you have spent for this year. So you need to keep. And currency conversion, if the rate of the book is in US dollars, if you are purchasing a foreign book from another country, so it will be in USD dollars or euros depending upon the country. So on the present day, what is the rate it should be able to convert. These kind of modules should be there. Suggestions from user management, and suggestion module should be there from users for if they want to purchase this book, if the HOD or any student want to purchase recommend a book, there should be provision for that. The student should go and type this book is needed. So it should come in that ordering and acquisition module. And inquiries, the status of order. So you have placed the order and what is the status of order, right? And when you place an order in Amazon, you will get the status, right? It has been dispatched or something like that. And accessioning in Mark 21 format, bill processing, payment, report and statistics. See, these many functional modules should be there in the acquisition module. These are sub modules. Acquisition and ordering is the main module. Okay, I am referring to this module because it is a software. Okay, so the software should contain these many sub modules of ordering and acquisition functions. So coming to the cataloging module, you should see that these are the sub modules that should be supported by the cataloging module. Standard format support, authority control. We will see what is MARC, authority control and everything in the forthcoming classes. Okay, so don't worry about this now. I am just typing the standards which is to be required. Okay, Unicode compliant for multilingual data processing. You see now Koha is available in Telugu also. So because of the Unicode compliant nature, right? So we can convert it into the language based on the Koha has been rephrased in Telugu. So there are different versions. You can write in Malayalam also if Unicode compliance is available. Similarly, shared cataloging is a 3950 for copy-based cataloging. So I will tell you what is ISO 39.50 in the forthcoming class. So I told you earlier in a nutshell because in Koha, what you can do is it supports ISO 39.50. What you do is when you are purchasing a book, when you are purchasing 100 books, it is difficult to accession it, difficult to provide entry for each book simply, each book one by one. If in case of 1000 books, okay, what they do is you will search for the books online in other libraries like Library of Congress, British Library, and whatever library which supports this. When the book details of the book is available, you can import the cataloging data. So your software should have that module, right? If that module is available, your times you will save your time in entering the data. And user services, output generation, holdings information. So how many books are available in physics department? How many books are available in chemistry department? So you should be able to get the printout. You should be able to get the output on different departments. So these kind of the sub modules that should be present in the cataloging module in the software. When you are going for a software, you need to check all these. So you please keep this presentation with you. It will be useful even after you complete your degree because this is the base. So circulation, coming to circulation, see these many sub modules are there. User privileges is you are the administrator. What the user can do, you should be able to view the book and see whether the book is available or whether the book is issued, whether he can able to reserve the book. That are the privileges given to the users, right? Rules of circulation. Issue, return, renewal, reservation, fine calculation. Automatically it should calculate fine. Manually, as I told earlier in the previous class, manually it is difficult to calculate fine for each and every one. You might forget the dates, right? So when you enter the book, when you issue the book to the user in automation software, automatically the due date will come, and it will send a reminder. It will send a reminder before 1 or 2 days before to the user to return the book. If not, automatically the fine will be added. So if he returns after 5 days, if the fine is 1 rupee per day, so you have to return 5 rupees. He has to pay a fine of 5 rupees along with the returning the book, right? So the calculation is done automatically. The software will do it automatically. You have to check it whether the software has this feature or not in the circulation module. And user management, how we are managing the users, different types of users. In case of university, there will be students, there will be faculties, right? There will be non-teaching staffs. So for faculty, there will be, let me say, 6 books. For students, 4 books, right? Non-teaching 2 books. So you have to manage the users according to their nature of designation. Reminders and calls. Reminders, as I said earlier, the due date. When the due date is near, it will send automatic reminder. Enquiries, reminders and notices. Reports and statistics and pattern self-services, right? Report and statistics on which department has used maximum number of books, and if the students wants to print how many books he has taken. I think I showed you this example in CUP catalog, and our catalog. Abhilash has taken this many books. In the OPAC you can see it. When you sign in your account, you can see how many books you have taken so far. Your history of borrowing books, every statistic should be available in the software. So now we are coming to the next module, serial control. Serial, as I said earlier, it deals with magazines, journals. Okay. So order placement and renewal of subscriptions. So magazine and periodical. It's a periodical which published at certain interval, certain period of time. Okay. So every period, every magazine, or let it be magazine or a journal, it has to be renewed. It is not a one-time purchase, right? So it is for 1 year. If the issue is if it is a monthly issue, you will get 12 issue. You will get 12 issue for 1 year. So next year you have to subscribe again. Okay, and then receiving and claiming. Okay, receiving and claiming, and binding control, funding accounting, binding control in what are the serials you have bind. So 12 issues. If 12 issues monthly, in case of a monthly journal, 12 issues will come. 12 issues will come, right? So 12 issues after in the 2019 12 issues came. So all the 12 issues you need to bind it. That binding is called as a volume. Okay, that whole 12 issues is volume. Okay, that is one volume. Okay, Volume indicates how many years they have been functioning. Issues represent the month or a periodicity of that particular volume. Okay, so this which one you have binded, which one is these kind of controls you should have in that, and the reports and statistics of serials as well, and management information system, analysis of statistics, usage statistics, complaint with counter. So how many people have taken books today, like that, everything. And interlibrary loan, I told you about interlibrary loan, borrowing books from other libraries when the book is not available in your library, to mutual consent, to cooperative, to resource sharing, outreach services outside the library, what you are doing, community, how you are ensuring the community. There are modules for that also. Online library blog, you can write a blog. Now using that blog, you can provide information about the library for external users. Digital media archiving. See, digital media archiving is there, so it is mostly they will use digital library software for that, but even library automation softwares provide digital media archiving. You can save full text, PDF for word format, books or other contents here. Okay, support for media formats, right? Different media formats, let it be word or image or whatever it may be, PDF or whatever format it may be. You have to, that archiving is possible, that should be there, that provision should be there. And access services, we all know that it should be online and the public access interface, OPAC and web OPAC. Remote access is nothing but web OPAC. Okay, social network enabled access, OPAC. And if you have a mobile app, if you develop the mobile app, that software should be in compliance with the mobile app. If you develop, most of the libraries have developed a mobile app, okay, for their institution. So if it is developed, that OPAC, your web version should be integrated with that software should be compliance with that mobile version also. Gateway services, like gateway for specific subjects, like physics gateway, subject gateway, physics chemistry gateway, providing resources on that particular subject. So these are the functional requirement in with respect to aspect services. See, we only know the major functions like acquisition, cataloging, circulation, and online services. But see, when you go into detail, how many sub modules and how many sub services are there. So when you use the software, you have to learn these features thoroughly so that you can compare the effectiveness of the software. So before implementing any software for your personal use or in your library, you make sure all these modules are supporting. Whether you are purchasing or whether you are going for open source, whatever it may be, you should ensure that all the best features of the software are available. Then only you have to go for that. So now the software level, now we saw system level requirements and functional level, right? Now we are going for software level requirements. The essential feature that will be supported by ILS or LMS must be known before the selection of the software. I told you, right? So you should know whether the software is supporting what are the features you are looking for. What are the features? This software supports this feature only. This software supports that feature only. So depending upon the features, you have to select the software. You should be aware of that. If you are aware of the functional requirements only, you will be able to evaluate the features of the software. So these are applicable to all modules of any modern LFS. It should be fully integrated using a single common database for all operation. That is integrated ILMS. I told you in that previous class. The server should be a single, right? And it should be integrated to all the other modules like acquisition. Whatever data you change, it should be changed in other module as well. You should not change in circulation separately, acquisition separately. If you delete a book from the cataloging record, automatically in the circulation section, the book should not be shown, right? In the OPAC, the book should not be shown. See the integration, right? You are deleting from cataloging module, but the OPAC, the book should not be visible. See, if the modules are separate, what will you do? You have to delete the book in cataloging one time, and you have to come to OPAC and delete it again. That should not be there. It should be integrated, right? Whatever editing you are doing in one module, it should reflect in the other module as well. That is called as integration. have capability of supporting multiple branches of individual libraries. If in case of universities, they will have department libraries also. So the software should be able to adapt to that also, able to support that department level library also, or department of law library, something like that. Unlimited number of records uses organization specific parameters. See, there are certain softwares, free version softwares. You can use it. You can use it only for you can catalog 1,000 books. Is it possible for university library? If they give restrictions like that, is it possible? In a university, it will be lakhs and lakhs of books, right? More than 1 lakh books, but they are giving free version only for 1,000 books. But what is it? For every book you have to pay, means that is, for every additional book you have to pay, means that is waste, right? So you have to check. It should allow unlimited, because every year they will purchase books and records, right, and other resources. So it should allow unlimited number of records, and only 100 users can should be only 100 users you can enter, means that is also not possible, because every year students will come and students will go out, right, and faculty will be there, non-teaching faculty will be there, and other subsequent faculty, other subsequent staffs will be there, right? So the provision for these should be unlimited. There should be no definite number. It should be infinite. You need to ensure this, right? See, the package should include the following development and operational facilities. See, bibliography and inventory control, authority control. So we will see what is authority control and everything by the forthcoming classes. So don't worry, just learn just understand the concept, okay? Just get to know about the concept first. Inventory is nothing but stock control. The stock verification should be made easy, right? So when you type a list of books available in chemistry, it should, if there is 250, it should show 250 list, right? Either you can export in CSV or PDF or whatever format the software is providing access to. So public access, web access, electronic data interchange, reservation, material booking, circulation control. So these are the functional requirements. So these are the functional requirements that the software should be able to provide provide access to. So all these things, Mark 21, bibliographic authority, interlibrary loan, all these we saw in the functional requirement. So these are the features, these are the exhaustive features the software should have. If it is not having, then no point in implementing, right? Then it is not, you should see all the features. If it is, you should see the elaborate and extensive features of the software before deciding which software we are going to install. It should be a web-centric architecture. As I said earlier, it will be compliant with Unicode for multilingual. As I said, Koha is translated. Koha is now fully in Telugu, fully available in Telugu version. It should support multiple hardware architecture in terms of server and network infrastructure, etc. So these are the things I have already mentioned about it. Okay, regular maintenance, on-call service, and periodical software upgrades. This is in the case of commercial. In case instead of going for open source like Koha, you are purchasing a software like, let it be Autolib or Nirmals or Virtuo, whatever it may be. It is a commercial. The companies are providing software. In case you are purchasing from them, the support should be there, right? If there is an issue in the software, they should be able to solve it. When you are supporting, you should be clear in your instruction. When there is an issue, they should give proper training on how to use the software. When there is an issue, they should be able to solve it from remotely using TeamViewer or AnyDesk or remotely, or they on calls also. If needed, they have to come to the organization and solve the problems. And if any new updation is if any new updation updated version of the software comes, you have to automatically renew it. So based on that, based on these factors, you have to select whether if you are using a commercial software, you have to ensure these parameters well, right? The support should be there from the company. Okay, it must be compliant with Web 2.0 feature to support interactive, collaborative, and participative platform, right? So, for example, a Web 2.0 feature is the user should be able to provide information about the books he needed, right? Support. He should be able to request for books. So he should be able to interact with the software. It should be compatible with mobile versions. And the web interactivity should be there between the user and the software and the library management system, right? Because only seeing it not helps. If the user feels anything that is not available in the library, he should be able to provide, this book is good, please purchase this. He should be able to provide information. So those features should be available in that software. Okay, recommending a book or something like that. So these are the standards. In the next class, we will see what the standards in detail. I am just giving this in a nutshell. So Z3950, I told you a basic about that, how it works actually, to how you can automatically import the cataloging record and retrieve from it Mark 21 Unicode holding statement, EDA standard, electronic data interchange, how to interchange data between electronic exchange of data between electronically, HTTP, TCP. These are just what do you say, normal prerequisites, and 802 Ethernet standard, the cable standard, and these are the common standard requirement for implementing LMS. And other necessary standards like MISO, uh, Z39.83 for circulation interchange. See, for bibliographical data interoperability. So we will see this in detail in the standards part of the lesson. So on the RFID is nothing but radio frequency identification. Uh, I have in my library where I was previously where I have previously worked. I have implemented RFID in the library. It is a technology which uses near field communication, NFC, or tags, okay, depending upon the nature of it, and it based on the tags, the data will be coded. It may replace accession stickers also, barcode stickers also. It will replace barcode stickers. So we will see what RFID is in the forthcoming class. Okay, in a simple way to explain RFID is, I hope everyone might have visited supermarket, right? In the supermarket, every product is tagged. Okay, and the tagged product is and there will be an antenna. So if you don't pay the bill, and if you take the product outside the shop, you will get a buzzer sound or something like that, because the tag which is ticked in the product is connected to the antenna and the other systems, other supporting systems. So it will automatically read and tell that this product is not billed, so it is not allowed to take outside the shop. Similarly, RFID can be used for, mainly it is used for theft of books, but you can also use it for other purposes like data analytics also. That's very useful, but the problem is it is very high cost. The cost is very high. Only libraries having high funding can implement. Most of the high tech libraries like IIMs, IITs, IICs, they have implemented RFIDs. Even our libraries have implemented RFID, right? So it's very convenient actually. You can monitor everything automatically within 1 or 2 hours. You can automatically generate the stock of 1 lakh books. There is wireless reader also. You can just take the reader and you can just scan it like while walking itself. Automatically the list of books will come in the system. Even if you misplace the book, it will say that this book is not available here. So all these features are there. So when we come to RFID, we will discuss this about in detail. So these are the description metadata standards. So we will discuss this in the metadata. These are the common metadata: MEDS, authority description, encoding transmission description, object description, med modes, EAD is there. I think I left out that archival description. So these are the common metadata standards. So this is the reference source from which I used to prepare the presentation. So thank you.